Hello everyone, welcome back to Spider-Man. So, we functionally could have cut that entire Miles part out and just started here, and nothing would have changed.
Well, I mean,
now we need to fight Rhino for real.
it did establish that Miles got the cure, so
Well, it's not a cure, it's more of a stopgap.
well, whatever.
Still, it's something crucial.
He's gonna help Aunt May, and that's important. I just wish the gameplay attached to it wasn't quite so bland. Although the bit where Miles had to distract Rhino was fairly okay.
So you know the Mr. Freeze fight from Arkham City?
Yeah.
That's basically what this is. Lure Rhino into a trap and you can't use the same one multiple times.
Yep. Actually, that makes this boss a logical follow-up to what Miles was just doing. So, yeah, I can sort of see the logic there.
Okay, Rhino. Let's wrap this up.
And now it's time to fight Scorpion at the same time.
Oh boy. Do we still have to keep luring Rhino into traps while we're fighting Scorpion?
Sorta, yeah.
That's actually pretty cool.
Thankfully, they can hit each other, so...
This shouldn't be happening after the Vulture and Electro fight, though.
Does getting hit by the poison make you go into trippy mode?
No, it's just damage acid at this point.
Ah, okay.
It's kind of like... if these bosses had been given to us in a different order, like, there would have been a natural escalation, but they kind of...
Yeah, because Rhino's just a guy who charges at you, and Scorpion's just a guy who shoots acid at you. There's not a lot of complexity here.
Yeah.
Octavius, huh? You have a name yet? The Scary Six?
I mean... oof.
I do like the banter, though.
I mean, Spider-Man's banter is one of his trademarks, so...
But it's like how Rhino is like the one that shoots him down from that. It's like, dude, shut up. Oh, nice web.
Are you gonna shot it?
Christ alive.
That's an oldie.
Yeah, holy shit.
At least it blocked it for me.
So he'll still fall for that trick, even.
Yeah. It's more he breaks the one you already used. I am dead.
Oh,
Splat.
Oh, jeez.
well, that's disappointing.
Here comes the Spider-Man.
The acid
Yeah, so it's
poison stuff
this,
was all over his face. That's
yeah,
gruesome.
it's one of those. The game just does a lot of damage at this point because it's Rhino, so they want to make him a threat. So it is easy to die. It's just one of those. The concept isn't hard. It's just easy to take a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Wait, he just walked right by you.
Yeah, because he wants to get something to throw at me.
He didn't just like grab you.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Honestly, my suggestion is to take care of Scorpion first.
That looks like it makes a lot of sense. When it comes to these sorts of things, usually the big heavy guy's more easy to avoid. So you avoid him while you deal with the annoying people. And then so you avoid him while you deal with the annoying
Projectile spammer.
yeah, and then you can do the other one a lot easier.
Yeah. That's just basics. I was almost hoping Rhino would just smack Scorpion with the rock.
I mean, they can hit each other, so...
Huh, they can. I thought, is Scorpion's poison doing damage to him every time he runs through it?
I don't know about, like, the pooling thing, but if he's in the way of the projectile, you can.
Rhino's getting his suit removed. What did Octavius promise you, Scorpion?
Money. Gargan has no principles. He fights for profit.
I mean, so...
Alright.
Wait, so why is Rhino fighting with Otto?
because Otto claims he has a way to get him out of the suit.
Oh, okay.
And Rhino is down.
You say to take Scorpion
I
down
did it the wrong.
first, but you
yeah,
wound up
it's
going
doing-
backwards.
Yeah.
Just us now, Spider. Playtime.
Playtime as I boot you in the head.
Scorpion does seem kind of squirmy.
He's a scorpion, so.
It also feels weird to have effectively 2 boss fights with him as well.
You know what Octavius will do.
But because you're counting the nightmare sequence,
Yeah.
basically.
I failed. Yes, you freak show.
Oh, now they're fighting each other. Yeah. Okay, that's funny.
A little force together time might help you boys learn to play nice.
That's a classic Spider-Man takedown right there.
All right, Yuri, that's
Ah, well.
Just Octavius and Lee left.
Not quite as spectacular as the Vulture and Electro fight. But we still got one more of these. Maybe it'll pick up from here.
I'm worried they're seeing dollar signs in a seller's market.
I'd expect nothing less from our beloved mayor. Leaf Devil's
Who's
friend
next
to me.
again?
One of my best people is
Shocker. Not. God. Fuck. Leon's Auto.
Leonardo, yeah.
So we fight the two main villains together. Okay.
I
Actually, no,
I mean,
but-
that makes sense.
Actually,
It makes
no.
sense, yeah, because they're both like out for revenge on Octavius. They're the two,
That building's full of
I guess you would say,
men.
masterminds
Spot me,
behind
other
all of
residents
this.
could get hurt in a firefight.
I know, but
The other four have so far just been hirelings.
sneak in, find the lab's location, and get out. If anything goes wrong, I'll call you for backup.
Okay, it's risky, but we need that location.
And what's MJ doing right now?
Nearby, then make a move.
Helping.
I'll be ready.
Helping. Okay.
Because that's what she does now.
Information gathering.
Definitely.
And are the red lights like snipers, like escaped prisoners?
Yeah.
Okay.
Among like other things going on in the city.
Where
Okay.
on earth did they get so many sniper rifles?
Let me know
God
if you get
damn.
into trouble.
I mean, guns I get, but sniper rifles specifically?
Thanks, Pete.
Oh boy.
Norman's penthouse.
Segueing into another stealth section.
Elevators on lockdown.
Oh, we have to sneak into
Yeah.
Norman's
Yeah.
room.
I love this part because I do something really stupid later.
Security room.
Oh.
But that guard
Okay, I just wasn't paying attention. I should apologize, but I won't. Why do we need to break into Norman's room?
rile them up to create
Because he has information about the disease thingy.
Oh, okay.
I heard they'll let you up if you claim special circumstances. The health emergency might do it.
Really? Come on, let's go talk to security.
Oh, are you gonna try to sneak up with this guy? Okay.
Well, we have a few things to do down here, but you'll see the obvious funny part when we get there.
Okay.
But everyone's just gotta chat.
Every second we stay
I like how he immediately goes into overacting mode.
definitely stay
Like,
away
oh
from the
man,
receptionist.
it's like, oh, I left my inhaler upstairs. It's really annoying. Well, if you say medical emergency, maybe they'll let you get it. I can't breathe. I need to go upstairs right now.
This sort of thing never happens to him.
He's got this
The
like
mayor and his
down pat.
friends are exempt. Security let one of his biggest donors back upstairs right away.
I knew it. It's all one big boys club.
Okay.
That should do it.
Anybody got a tangent?
Thinking about Control, which is a much better game than what I'm looking at right now.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, the hair. The hair reminds me of Control, and the jacket too. Yeah, Control's awesome. We
Oh
should
boy,
do that
we
game
s-
for the channel at some point.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Oh boy, we get a stun gun.
MJ's got a gun.
That's
MJ's
a lot
got a
lamer than the gun
gun.
we got in Control. Actually, right now, I think like Ultimate Edition is one of the freebies that's on Amazon Prime. As of this recording, probably not by the time this goes up.
I like this thing.
Yeah, I have the PS4 version, so that's not. Oh, are we dead? Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I
there's
was the
no
end of
reason not to
MJ.
redeem the free version if you have Prime. So.
I just went too fast. I mean, that's the other problem. It's like we do long stealth section with powerless human to one boss fight to another long stealth section with a powerless human.
She's got a stun gun. Excuse me.
At least now you can do stealth takedowns. That's almost character development.
Elevator controls in the security.
Is it though?
That was a bad place to stop.
Resort.
That's illegal, MJ. Oh, pick up the real gun. Pick up the actual real firearm.
It might be ID locked, Ted.
How do you ID lock a gun?
Nanomachines, son.
Nanomachines.
Okay.
Norman's clearing up,
Sure.
and the elevator's unlocked. Time
No,
to
seriously,
exit.
the guns were all ID locked and
The monkey drinks a
MGS4,
tab.
So.
Yeah, but that was a video game set in the future. There's no way anything that happened in Metal Gear Solid could be reflected in today's society, right? Right?
Fantastically.
Deus
All right,
Ex
here,
says
best part.
hi.
Sneak into the elevator. Oh, hi, Norman.
Table. Right on time.
And it works.
You just jumped straight past Norman.
Yep. I like how it did the whole MGS Vim thing too, and it still counted because it didn't activate fast enough.
Sable's gonna come up after you, isn't she?
Norman's guards have all cleared out. If he's
Well, we
hiding
have
something,
story segments to do,
I'm
so
gonna find it.
Scanning around the environment. It's nice to know that MJ has the Last of Us listening powers, I guess.
Kind of hoping she keeps the silver skull on her head the entire game.
This mask is incredible.
Now this is how Mary Jane gains her superhero identity. Tin Head Woman. The laughing stock of the Marvel Universe.
Name pending. It's a work in progress.
I like how this game lets
That's
you
it.
flip every
Whip.
piece of paper around to see what's on the back.
No, she's like
Nothing-
Aluminum
nothing's on the
Woman.
back.
Osborn boys.
Iron Man's
Bids his son farewell.
partner?
Harry left for Europe last
Question mark?
night. Secret key
I
to
think
the
they
behind
did
the
have
key.
Pepper Potts become
Norman must like
a
spying boys.
superhero
We need to find the code for that key.
in some story. I don't know a lot about Iron Man in the comics, to be honest. What's making everything go black and white?
my detective mode thingy.
Oh.
Last
It's
of
basi-
Us
it-
listening powers.
Yeah, it's basically just the game's way of saying, okay, the environments are detailed and interesting and all that, but if you want to get a move on, we kind of need to actually let you highlight things of interest.
Yeah. Some games do it better than others. I like the way The Witcher 3 handles it, where you slow down and the mode reveals like information you can use to track a target, which is, you know, something that you would be able to do because you're a professional monster hunter. But
It's the combat prototype from the schematic.
Is it?
Weren't we
Why
just
is-
looking at this?
But now we can use it to scan things. No, you fool.
it's the Metroid.
Oh, right.
browser.
I'm going on to do other story stuff instead of just going straight to the objective.
Scientific journals debating the Spider-Man problem.
Scientific journals debating the Spider-Man problem.
They're trying to figure out how his powers work.
Powers. I wonder still that Norman is such an active part of it.
Oh, Norman's actually trying to figure out how Spider-Man's powers work. Some
Yeah.
setup for the Green Goblin there.
Yep.
Do
Indeed.
you think that they're gonna do Goblin?
Well, I mean, we'll get to it, but definitely 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Next game is definitely.
I mean, you don't make Norman Osborn such a big part of the story and not do Green Goblin.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and why they pull the rug off from under us in Top Goblin?
Nobody likes Hobgoblin though.
I was okay in the '90s show.
I have very little experience with the '90s show, so I'll take your word for it.
It goes from Hob to Green.
It's worth watching. You just have to be aware that the animation quality is
Gotta remember
quality.
book about it.
Look at
gonna
all those
say,
CG. Look at all those CG buildings.
Harry said his mom
Not even the CG buildings,
But
like
like,
character animation is also a step back from X-Men.
yeah, it is kind of a step back from X-Men. But even X-Men isn't great in the animation department.
No, X-Men's problem I feel is that they put too much attention on character shading, and they didn't put enough effort into like the in betweens for frames.
Yeah.
Untouched for when
Because
Harry
like
returns.
X-Men is a good cartoon, like at a standstill. Like you can take a screen cut from any moment from that cartoon, and it looks good as an
It
illustration.
just doesn't move right, you know?
No, it doesn't move right. Again, because they put too much focus on like shading and all that.
I still like the overall effect is just of a Hanna-Barbera cartoon if Hanna-Barbera ever actually did different
If
animations.
Hanna-Barbera can actually draw feet and necks, yeah.
But
That's why
like,
they have everybody's wearing a tie, is so that they don't have to animate the neck moving.
but like in the end, like those two shows didn't really have a chance against the DC animated universe, which was much more stylized and, God forbid, smooth in motion.
No, it's like 'cause it helps that they have Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Warner Brothers was doing
Like-
much better in the 90s. Well, Marvel just in general wasn't doing great in the 90s. You know, they were having a lot of problems with money. The Dark Age of comics didn't really help with that. And
It's just, you know, when the Marvel shows kind of missed the boat on that era's surge in really good cartoons.
yeah, they why does it look like two of those people are actual human people and the last one is a CG video game face?
It's like I say, Norman looks like CG there.
Yeah, honestly, it kind of just comes down to budget. The Marvel animation, like kind of just always was way more budget than the DC animation, and so it just didn't look as good or have as much time to breathe.
I wouldn't
as a
say
lot of the
like
DC
I
stuff
wouldn't
did.
say that like that the Batman animated series was particularly high budget. It
Well, it had more budget
Well, one
than the
through three
X-Men.
definitely were higher budget.
Yes.
Yeah, they had a higher budget than X-Men or Spider-Man, where you can just tell that they were. You can tell just by looking at it that they were making that for cheap, you know. Versus,
Batman animated series also had 2 movies.
Yeah.
like
Oh,
I don't
yes.
think they broke the bank making Batman the animated series, but they didn't spare expenses. You
Yeah.
know, they weren't trying to cut corners whenever.
Oh wait,
possible.
Batman the animated series had 3 movies, isn't it?
Beware the Batwoman was a season 4 movie though.
Right. Still, I keep forgetting that was the thing.
It's weird how Kate appears like one time.
I need to watch that Batwoman one because
It's
like
o-
I haven't
it's,
seen
it's,
that one.
it's okay. It's the weakest of the 3.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, the only one that I haven't seen. And it has a premise that I just want to see what they do with it, you know.
Norman and Otto.
Because like
They look like
as
these
far as
two
I know,
sisters. What could it
the
be?
animated series never really covered the extended Bat family in detail. They just sort of are there when the story needs them to be there.
Robin and well, Dick Grayson and Batgirl definitely get their own stuff in the
These
first
were
3
kind of
seasons.
calling her the prettiest mom
Tim
ever.
gets a few little things here and there in
Right.
season 4. Jason's obviously not a thing. Damien wasn't made yet. Stephanie Brown and Cassandra Cain definitely do not appear in any way, shape, or form.
This is kinda
It's
cute.
kind of just like
Carrie Kelly gets a glorified cameo in like an anthology episode.
One for school
yeah,
board,
but like
and
the
another
the
for
Bat
work.
family or the ones that show up in the animated series, they kind of just like they have an implied story to them, but like Dick Grayson just sort of becomes Nightwing because that's
Time
what
has
happened in the
passed, so,
comics, and
yeah.
they kind of skip over the part where he becomes Nightwing.
Well, I mean, but they have an episode dedicated. To
Not a full episode. It's
fair.
more like a flashback.
Yeah,
yeah, but still better than nothing. Better than just saying, I became
Yeah.
Nightwing. You know
Well,
what I
if
mean?
you missed that episode back in the day, it might as well have felt like that.
well, I
You
mean,
know?
like
Yeah.
they sort of jump to the point where he's Nightwing, and you have to wait a little while for any explanation. Which is
Okay, you're just talking about from the jump to season 3 to season 4, basically.
yeah.
His last entry
And
was in
like,
October 18.
there's not a whole lot of story
He's been
significance
confirmed.
on Batgirl. She just sort of flits in and out of the story, and you'd think that there'd be more there, considering who she is in that universe. But what it comes down to is that the Batman animated series didn't really do the linear continuity thing, the way the Justice League series did, or even the way the Superman series did.
It was very
so-
different, even at the start of Batman TAS, than it would be later.
Yeah, so like it kind of feels like it jumps around, I guess.
Yeah.
So we missed it, but there was a thing there where Harry had a thing where he
Harry
was
is
sick.
very sick, yeah. And that's why he's on his trip to Europe, quote unquote.
So he's in Europe, quotation
no, he's
marks.
not. Yeah, in
Okay.
quotes.
All right.
We'll see later.